Yes, Sunil, you can start.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. I welcome you all for this important event. And thanks to Vijay Kavalramani. Okay, I would request to start this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunil. I would like to welcome everybody. Chrissy, thank you for joining and accepting our invite at one stroke. And friends, we will be doing our introduction. I would like to welcome Rotarians from all across the spectrum. And now let's start with the proceedings. Let's start with the four-way test first. I would request Suresh to kindly read the four-way test. Suresh, can you please do the honors? Yeah, I'll post it on the screen. Just a minute. Suresh, you have to just read.
Okay. Thank you, Vijay. Hi, everyone. The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Number one, is it the truth? Number two, is it fair to all concerned? Number three, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And number four, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh, for the rendition of the four-way test. Now, I would request President Shriram to kindly read the objects of Rotary. Shriram, I'll just upload it on the screen. Shriram, you can read the objects of Rotary, please.
Open, muted.
I did started then.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I have to show by sign. Rotary. Object of Rotary. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the idea. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, now it should be.
Enough. It's perfect. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular to encourage and foster, number one, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. 2. High ethical standard in business and professions, the recognition of worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to service society. The application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. The advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. Thank you.
Thank you, Shriram, for the rendition of the objects of Rotary. Now I would request past President Geetika to please introduce our speaker for today. Geetika, you can unmute and do.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Vijay. It's my pleasure to introduce the speaker of the day, Chrissy Sykes. Chrissy Sykes is an award-winning singer-songwriter who transformed her musical talent into a global child protection mission. She created the My Body is My Body, MBIMB, program that has reached over 2 million children in 30 plus languages. As CEO of My Body is My Body Foundation and a global Rotary leader, she continues to champion child abuse prevention through free education resources, digital content, and global volunteer engagement, ensuring safety and empowerment for child worldwide. Over to you, Chrissy Sykes.
Thank you so much for the lovely introduction and welcome. It's been lovely to be invited to your wonderful meeting. And VJ, thank you so much for the invitation. It was nice to meet you through Anne-Marie. I'm going to share a presentation to you, and I'm hoping this is something that you can all use in your communities, in your areas, to help protect children. There we go. Is that okay for everybody? Can you see? Okay. Right. So my name is Chrissy, and I have been doing this program for over 30 years. The My Body is My Body program is a free, internationally acclaimed musical body safety program designed to educate children on body safety through age-appropriate music, activities, and animated videos. This is a global movement, especially now that we have Rotary behind us. And we want children to be empowered, to recognize and protect their bodies. And we are so proud to have partnered with Rotary International. And with your support, we can extend our reach and reach millions more children. To date, we have reached 2.7 million children, and we work in 60 different countries. And our program is in over 30 languages. And for all of you, we have our program in Hindi. We also have it in many other Indian languages, but not sung. And that's maybe where you can help in your areas, is to help us find some singers to volunteer to sing our songs in different languages like Marathi and Kannada, which we've got all the translations for already. There's many long-term effects from child abuse, and we know that it makes a massive difference in societies because children have low self-esteem, emotional problems, depression, they self-harm. 50% of all suicides are sexually abused children. Children have problems with physical injuries, burns, fractures, and forming relationships. And also, it affects their learning capabilities. So all societies where we have a minimum of at least 50% of all our children are being abused. The statistics from the WHO are over 1 billion children a year that are being abused. And this went up during COVID. So these lifelong negative effects on our children and our societies create a tremendous burden on our communities and have significant economic costs. So this is just the reasons that we need to get involved and change the dynamics so that our children are not being abused. So by strengthening our local partnerships with Rotary, we work with intercountry committees worldwide. We work with Rotary Clubs, Rotary Action Groups. We've just been taken on by the Girls Empowerment Rotary Action Group, and we will be their wellness program. We're working with Rotaract, and we're introducing the program through all those committees into schools, NGOs, community centers, and working with parents to make a lasting and trusted part of each community. This grassroots approach is a powerful example of how positive peace works in action, because if we build structures, relationships, and the education needed to prevent abuse before it happens, our local organizations can unite, protect, and empower our children, and we can create safer, more thriving communities. And we know through our Rotary groups, we can do this. So this is why we wanted to encourage you to get involved with this program. Music is a powerful tool. It's a wonderful way to approach children with the subject of abuse, which is a difficult subject to introduce into communities. And but it not only strengthens their memory skills, it stimulates speech, communication skills, and it accelerates brain development. But it gives us the opportunity to open the lines of communication about this difficult subject. Now, we have worked with some of the most conservative communities around the world, and we have found that the parents still embrace the program because, as we all know, abuse is a taboo subject in many, many cultures and many communities. But because this is a very soft approach to getting the subject into communities, we found that we haven't had any problems, and we haven't found any communities that haven't embraced this subject. So I don't think you'll have any problems with that. So we want to help children develop an understanding of what is and isn't appropriate behavior towards their bodies, how to identify potentially harmful situations, and how to ask for help if needed. It teaches children how to speak up, how to tell if they've got a problem. It teaches children who to tell if they have a problem. It discusses the very important subject of not keeping secrets if they're being harmed in any way. And it discusses feelings and how to identify the feelings that may make them feel unsafe. So it's all really good grounding lessons for children. The beauty of the program is it's so simple, and it can be taught by many different types of professionals in your community. So social workers, teachers, daycare providers, parents, after school sports providers, and after school program providers. So anybody really that works with children can learn this program and start teaching the children and start making a difference in your communities. We've done pre and post studies, and we have found that children have vastly increased their understanding of their body rights and what to do in different situations. So we did a survey with 200 ambassadors and volunteers from around the world. So that includes we have over 350 registered ambassadors and many, many more volunteers. And they said that 90% were happy with the resources. 99% said MBIMB made a major impact within their community. 96% said the children had a good retention of the program. And 98% said the kids had a good knowledge of body safety once they had done the program. So we've got really good statistics and good, what's the word I'm thinking of? Good response from the communities, as I say, all around the world. We have our program in 30 languages, and Hindi being one of them, like I say. We do have Marathi, and Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, and I think we have the written in Kannada. So yeah, have a look. We've on our website, because we have got lots of languages that can be used. I also want to say that this program is totally free of charge. We are a small charity, but we have massive volunteers, and we, as I say, work with Rotary. In the last 15 months, I will share in fact, I think, Vijay, you've got the link to the Rotary newsletter that I've done as to what we've done in 15 months. And it's quite phenomenal what our Rotarians have done to embrace this program and share with thousands of kids. In South Africa, we've taught over 10,000 children in the last 5 months. So it's been incredible, the reach. And as I say, so all our programs are free, our courses are free, and all our resources are free. And we rely on volunteers and sponsors to help us print our program, our resources, so that they can go into the schools and so the teachers can have them. But we, as I say, we make everything free for everybody. So I'd like to go through the 6 songs because they are really, really important, and they've all got really important messages. So because this is a 20-minute presentation and there is a lot to do, I am going to give Vijay this presentation as a PDF, and he can share it with you, and then you can actually have a look and go through it properly for yourselves if you're interested. So the My Body is My Body song teaches children that their body is their own. No one has a right to touch them, and nobody has a right to hurt them. No one has a right to touch their private parts or hurt them. And we teach children just the basics of, you know, if you're little, your mommy and daddy will have to bathe you, but as you get older, you'll learn how to bathe your own body. The only other time somebody would ever touch your private parts is if you were sick or sore. You might have to have medicine there, or you might have to go to the doctor. Apart from that, nobody should be touching your private parts. Now, I do know in India and many other places, they have the good touch, bad touch that they teach. I'm a little skeptical about that because you're trying to put the onus onto a child whether something is a good touch or a bad touch. Now, sometimes something that is a bad touch can feel like a good touch to a child, and we don't want to confuse them. So we keep our program even more simple. You have private parts. Nobody should be touching your private parts. Nobody should be taking photos, which is another problem that we've got now with children. And so it's a very simplistic thing, but it keeps the message very simple for children so they understand they don't have to make any decisions for themselves. The next song is If It Don't Feel Right, Don't Do It. Teaching children to listen to their feelings. It talks about peer pressure. It talks about bullying. And if something doesn't feel right or somebody's making you do something that feels uncomfortable, you have a right to say no and go and tell a safe adult. The What If game teaches children to say no with authority. So we give them all sorts of different situations. You know, what would you do if somebody wanted you to go with them, or somebody wanted to give you something really nice so that you would do something that you wouldn't normally do, or something that makes you feel uncomfortable? We say no, and then we go and tell a safe adult. The 4th song is to reinforce the telling if there's a problem. So telling about problems, even for adults, is a difficult thing. But if you can imagine a child that is being abused in some way, and they have got to tell somebody about their problems, it's really daunting. So we need to tell children that if you've got a problem, you need to tell. But this is how you're going to feel. You might feel wobbly. Your legs might shake, your hands might sweat, you might feel a little bit sick, but that's all normal. And then we need to tell them who they can tell. You can tell mums and dads and grannies and grandpas, aunties and uncles. But if they're being abused within the home or the family circle, we need to tell them there's other people that you can tell. You can tell your teachers or council or principal, or somebody that you do sports activities with, or people outside your family, friends. So we need to show children that they've got alternatives to speak to. And then within that song, we also tell them how to tell about problems. You can write it down. You can draw a picture. You can get somebody to tell for you. You can tell just a little bit of your problem that you feel comfortable with. So we're just trying to show children that they've got alternatives if they're being hurt or abused in any way. We've got a song called Love is Gentle, which is showing children that what a family should be like, that we should have love and caring and nurturing and people to look after us, because we know that that's not what some families are about. And children need to know that this is what love is about. It's about nurturing and trusting and caring. And our sixth song is about teaching children not to keep secrets, especially if somebody is harming them or touching them inappropriately. So secrets are an abuser's best friend, and they will groom children and the parents, because people that want to groom children will also groom the family. So they will, and that is just so that they can have access to the children. So we need to teach children, if somebody tells you to keep a secret, we say no to secrets. We can keep surprises, because surprises are fun. They're about birthdays or holidays or fun things. But we don't keep secrets, because if a child gets to learn to keep secrets, those can turn into lifelong problems for a child. So we give them alternatives. We can keep surprises, and we keep quiet about that, but we don't keep secrets. And that's the whole song is about that. And to teach each of these songs, we've got a full lesson plan for each song, activities that you can do, or the teachers can do. And then we also have a children's workbook that you can download, again, in many different languages. And that goes through each song. It's got things, little activities for the children, and then it's got all the words to the songs. Now, I'd like to just play you a little video. And this is, when I shared, Vijay, I'm just going to come out of sharing and then share again, because I don't think I did the audio. So I'm just going to stop a second and go back in. Otherwise it won't play. Okay. I think just let me know if this plays. Okay. So these kids, we had a competition, and this is something maybe you can have a look at doing with a load of different clubs. We had a competition and gave out a prize to the school or the organization that did the best video. And we had kids all around the world, from India, from Nepal, and you'll see here that it's just a wonderful way of embracing the subject of child abuse, which is a very negative subject, but a positive way for children to get involved.
Hello, my name is Sister Afumbam Blanche, a member of the Holy Family Choir of Yaoundé, Cameroon. We are going to sing some songs, have some fun, and learn about how to keep safe. You know, our bodies are very special, that nobody has the right to hurt us, touch our private parts, or do anything that makes us feel uncomfortable, because it's our special body. We are going to start by singing and demonstrating that my body is my body. And I want you to sing along with me.
It's my body, nobody has the right to hurt me. My body is my body for me. It's my body, and nobody has the right to touch me. 'Cause my body is my body for me. I've got to have
So, like you can see, it's kids from 3, 4 to children from 10 to 14. You know, it works. The music works with children worldwide, and it's just a wonderful medium to get this subject. And the other thing is, by using music, the children keep this message in their brains, because it's proven that music sort of, I mean, you'll all know little songs that you learned when you were a child. And I think that you'll still remember the words and how to sing the songs because you learned them as a child. And our whole ethos is, if we can get these messages, these 6 messages, into a child's head while they're young, then they can grow up with being emboldened. This is my body. And this is not just for girls, this is for boys as well, because our boys get abused quite frequently. And so we need to teach both our girls and boys about being protective about their bodies, and that it's important and that their body counts. So I'll just show you a few pictures. These are from the children's workbooks. So as I say, it's just, we learn about our bodies. We've got different parts of our body. And then we've got a little area where they can draw lines so that they know where their private parts are and where their bodies are. And then we have the scenario about bathing. And we also have special books. We've got 4 children's books. One is, I mean, apart from the different languages, we've got one for a child that may have special learning abilities that they have problems with. We've got a sports one where it's all related, the same songs, but related to sports. And then we've got a therapy one where if we've got children that are needing some therapy, there's some therapy things to do before each song. So we've got most children covered within our problem. We also have, and it'll be in your package here, we have Indian Sign Language, which was very kindly done by the Deaf Leaders Association in India, in Chennai. So we have, you know, amazing support. So everything is done in a fun, positive way for the children. And I'll just show you a little bit of this video because this is the kind of cartoons that we have. Everything is animated for the children.
People can touch you and say that it's cool, but remember your body belongs to you. You're the one who knows if it don't feel right, and if it don't feel right, don't do it. Oh, if it don't feel right, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. There are people out there that think you're a fool, and they try to give you drugs.
So, yeah, so you've got an idea. Everything is very colorful, very positive, just really good information for the children. And I think that's why we've had such a great success. On our website, we've got 6 courses, and these are all, as I say, free, and people get their certificates after they've taken them. So to present the My Body is My Body program, we ask everybody to take course 1 and 2. And then we've got a full safeguarding course, which is also a really fantastic course. Course 3 and 4 are for children. And then all of our resources are, again, very colorful, very happy for the children. We've got quizzes, books, family safety plans, teacher lesson plans. So nobody needs to do anything but go to the website and learn about the program. Everything that they need to present the program and take it into their communities is there. And then I'll just share with you, you know, I mean, even posters to say how to react if a child discloses abuse to you. And then we've got our international partners, which is Compassion International, First Source, ISPCAN, End Violence Against Children, Rotary ICCs, and then our new one with Rotary Girls Empowerment. We've also got an MOU with Zone 21 and 22, and we will gladly sign an MOU with anyone in India if you would like. We are very, very happy to do that. And the last thing I'd like to share, which is also on our website, which is really important, is if you've got any children that are being introduced to the internet, either with their phones or anything like that, we've got a whole course on that. Just 5-minute animated videos, just to show everybody understanding internet safety, how to do passwords and everything like that. So we hopefully have got children covered in the safety department. And I hope, there's the stop share. And I hope this will be beneficial to you and your clubs going forward. Yes, Dr. Bahrain. You're muted. Yeah.
I'm okay now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Chrissy. I'm okay now. First of all, Chrissy, thank you very much for a very interesting presentation. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
There's a lot to learn from what we heard today. And I like all your songs, the songs you had introduced. Maybe we can add few things in the songs. I don't know, I'm just speculating. But I feel that that without rules and regulations, without punishment, without a government caring about child abuse, but without somebody to stop this child abuse, that is also to add to your list, I think. I mean, I feel that in some parts of the world, they teach kids when they have nobody else to go to, they call the police, for example. You know, somebody has to stop this bad deed by the elder people, sometimes even between young people and young people.
Yeah, I was just going to say, sometimes it's the kids that are doing it too.
It's all over. But I mean, I feel that rules and regulations are important. I feel that people, unless people know that they will be punished for what they're doing, this thing will not stop. But maybe to your lovely songs that you have introduced, maybe you can even add that if you don't find anybody else, parents or even teachers or anybody else, go to the police and let the police know that this is part of their job. Thank you very much.
That's one of the people that we've got. We've got spiritual leaders and police in our list of people that go. And I also encourage, you know, when in the tutorials, I say to people, look at who's in, you know, if the teachers are teaching them or whoever's teaching the children, look at who is in the community, because every community is different. So bring people in from the community that you know that you can trust and give those people to the children as well. You know, so we've got to, I'll send all the information to VJ, and maybe VJ, you can disseminate it, because I think if you have a look in the teachers' tutorials, I've covered all of that as to who, you know, if you don't get any help from here, here's all the other people that you can go to. And the problem we've got with governments at the moment is nothing moves fast. And I truly believe if we can get leaders within our communities to start making a difference, that's where we're going to do it, because we can't wait for the governments. Just look at the statistics. We've got, as I say, over 1 billion children. It's over 50% of our children, all children in all communities and in all different societies. You know, I mean, something happened in my street not very long ago, and somebody's gone to prison for abusing a child. And so you can't say, oh, I live in a nice area, it doesn't happen here. It does. It happens in every area, whether it's a rich or poor, whatever. But if we've got communities that we can educate and make aware that we're going to make a difference within our community. We're not going to tolerate this within our community. We're going to stand up. We're going to make parents aware that they need to listen to their children, and we need to make children aware that they've got people to talk to. And if it's not their parents or their family, we've got people here. I know it's not going to solve all the problems that we've got, but if we make a difference in this child and that child and that child, which we know we're doing, then we've made a start, you know, and hopefully we can get the numbers down. But we can't rely on the governments anymore. Things are not happening quick enough or moving quick enough. And it might be 20 years still before they put something into place, you know. I mean, I don't understand governments, quite honestly, because the cost to society and the cost to the governments for mental health and all these other problems that they're having to deal with because of child abuse, if they put the money into education and making a difference, and as you say, laws to stop people doing this, things would be so different. So, yeah. Sorry, I've been on my high horse, but I feel very passionate about this subject, and I really feel that if it's not going to come from the top, we need to do it from the bottom, and we do it within our communities and raise different children, raise children that can speak up. So, are there any questions?
Chrissy, you have ended your presentation, or you have something? So if you have something to continue, please do it, and then we'll have the question answer after that.
Okay. Right. I thought I only had 20 minutes, so I kind of sped through everything.
You can take 5 minutes more. You can take 5-7 minutes more, no problem.
Okay, hang on a second. Thank you. Let's go share. All right. I'm just getting to where we were. Okay. So I've showed you some of how this works. Oh, here we go. You were saying something about who we can talk to. So we do have principal, headmaster, school counselor, neighbor, policeman, mentor, pastor, spiritual leader. And then also we've got a leaflet which can be put up in the classroom with a hotline number so that children know who they can call. So I've covered that. I've kind of skimmed through everything, I know. So we've also got evaluations. So it's really important to see what's going on and how it's helping within your community. So again, all of these things are available on our website. I just think that it's just an important subject to embrace with all of us. And if you can get, you know, a small team together, we can do a lot with our volunteers, you know. And I'm very, very happy to do some training. If you've got a team together, they can have a look on the website, and if you want me to do you know, an hour or so training to answer questions and see how they need to implement this, I'm very happy to do that. It's important that everybody knows what to do, what to say, and how to implement this into communities. I've also got in a PDF for communities as how to introduce it into communities. And I'll just give you a few ideas that we have in our leaflet. Is so once everybody's trained, you can host community sessions, interactive workshops, so we can get one really important thing about this is that we need to educate the adults in our communities just as much as the children, Because if we educate the children and they've got nobody to talk to or listen to them, we're not going to achieve anything. So it's important that we take this to both sort of sets of people. And then we can partner with local schools and try and get it incorporated into curriculum, which we're doing in quite a few places at the moment. We can get businesses involved. I'm happy if you get businesses to sponsor the workbooks into the schools. I'm happy to do get the printing ready and include corporate logos into the printing. I'm more than happy to do that for you. We can get local radio involved, local TV involved. We can get newspaper features. Of course, social media, really important. And I've got loads of social media things that people can use. And then we need to just have feedback sessions to see how we can improve things, what works, and share that with other Rotary clubs to say, this has worked in our area, let's move over and get it working in other areas. So the feedback from all of you is really important. Anthony, did you have a question?
Yeah, hi. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening, I can.
Yeah. Thank you for that wonderful session. Actually, I must thank Mr. Pradeep for inviting me for this meeting. This is my first meeting.
Oh, well, welcome.
Yeah. And so be it. As you started to speak about this subject, I felt so passionately, involved, because I am actually doing something for children, especially the girl children who are abused, right? I mean, you hit the nail on the head when you presented your slides, and then you so nice, elaborately spoke about this issue, which is a thorn in the flesh, as we all know. And in India, it's humongous, and that's the reason why we are, basically, I mean, I'm into agriculture, organic agriculture, but besides that, I'm also getting into this space of developing a technological, innovative product which actually prevents. That's number one. And also pinpoints. It's not only about prevention of this instance of abuses. And in the Indian context and the Indian statistics, it says that about 90% of abuses happen within the family.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm sure you would, with the global data, it could be the same, or it could be.
It's the same. Yeah. That what it is it's within the family or extended friend. Yes. Only 5% of abuse ever happens from strangers. Yeah. Right. It's all people we know and trust with our children. Right. That's the sad part.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's not a question that I wanted to ask. I just wanted to tell you, I would love to know more about it, and also collaborate, because this is a very innovative and a futuristic device that we are developing. And I mean, there are a lot of devices that have come in this scenario, in this to prevent. But then what we are talking about is a completely, well thought out, more progressive, more futuristic device. So I would love to talk to you in person, after this, or maybe in the course of the next few days, and see how we can collaborate.
Absolutely. I'll put my email address in here. And thank you very much, Anthony. I'd be very interested. I think the biggest problem is that people, they know that abuse happens in communities, but I think what they don't realize is the lifelong trauma that happens to a child, and especially, if a lot of children are abused between 3 and about 8, because they are very vulnerable at that age, and they don't know what to do, and they don't know what to say, or they think it's normal because they've not been told that that's wrong, So, and then that trauma, as I say, is a lifelong trauma. And we're basically giving these kids a life sentence if we don't do something about it, and nothing is achieved. So thank you. I appreciate that, and I'll put my details here. And yeah, I mean, for every child we save and every child that we make a difference, you know, that child's life has changed. I'll just give you a quick example of a little girl in Sudan. We've got an amazing team in Sudan, even through all the trauma and the war and everything that's going on there. And this little girl was accosted by a man, and she ran home screaming and told her father. Father took her to the police station. The inspector at the police station spoke to her, and she gave him an account of what had happened. And she said, and he tried to touch my private parts. And he said to her, how do you know how to tell me all of this? It's so well, you know, because she was, the biggest thing with children is they don't know what to say or how to say it because they're not given the vocabulary. And we're not giving children names and things. We're just saying, these are my private parts. We don't touch there. So she just turned around to him and she said, I've done the My Body is My Body program. And it was like, yes, you know, that's amazing. And he was amazed that she could actually verbalize her trauma. But we changed that little girl's life, and we keep hearing stories about things like this. And this is what we need to do. We need to prevent. There's plenty of things that happen to pick up the pieces later on, but we don't want to pick up pieces. We want to make sure that our kids are safe. And with the advent of the internet, like you were saying, there's more and more children that are being abused by other children because they're learning things on the internet that they shouldn't learn. And it's even more important now than ever that we embrace this and we talk to our children and we get parents to talk to their children about what's happening. And as I say, we've got to prevent the abuse so that we have children that can learn and be productive in our communities, you know, and be happy and healthy and have good relationships. And that's what my aim is with all of this.
Anybody has any question or something to ask, please raise your hand. Anybody would like to ask something?
Yeah.
Yeah, Geetika, please.
I was just thinking that how can we be a part, a volunteer to this program? Because I heard her sharing, Chrissy, that you would like to, even you can take an online training as well. I'll go through the website and see the entire material. Can I contextualize, keeping the Gujarat environment in mind? But yeah, we are working with many schools in the rural areas and other places. So
wonderful.
We do take the.
Sorry, you're breaking up, Geetika.
Take up these sessions in our own way. I think that we are already taking up this kind of concept in our schools, which are adopted here, and been talking to the students, girls and boys both. But I was very keen to hear the Hindi songs, you know, and maybe that are all available on your website. So how can we use the Hindi songs and connect with the students so that they remember?
The Hindi songs are all on the website. If you go to languages and you scroll down to Hindi, and then they're available on YouTube, you can download them on YouTube, all the Hindi songs, and the Hindi tutorials and everything like that. So yeah, I've made it so that you can download everything on YouTube. So, but if you've got any questions,
I'll go through that I heard that.
Yeah,
I'll do that, Chrissy. Once I'll go through the content which is available on the website, and then we'll see how we can use that along with the content that we already have, and we can club both the things and be useful to the students around.
That's wonderful. And even if you've got something that you're training in place, you can use the song to reinforce what you're doing.
Yes.
So it lends itself all sorts of ways to what else you're teaching the children. And what I do ask is if we really are trying to show what Rotary is doing. So if you do anything with the kids, please send me information. We do a newsletter every month. And then I also have just done a year of Rotary. And so it's really important that we give feedback and we show how this program is growing within our communities and in Rotary with what we're doing. So I'd appreciate that, Katika. Thank you. But I've put my email address
I will do
and
that
the
in the month
website
of
there.
July. Please do that because I'll be taking up this program in the month of August. We have already scheduled in the calendar in August, and then I'll go through your songs as well, and then get back to you how we'll be using those songs.
Wonderful. Yeah, as I say, if you've got any questions, just email me. I'm quite happy, and I will send some information to Vijay Butch. Vijay, if I send you a few links, would you be able to disseminate them? Wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, as I say, if you've got any questions, I'm always on my computer. I live here.
Gitika is anyhow working with me on another fellowship group also. She is in the India chapter with me, so we are working together, no issues.
Wonderful, wonderful. That'll be nice. And we've also, one of our board members is from Chennai. He works at let me think, what is it called? Cognizant. And he helps us. We work a lot with him with the universities. We're doing a lot of the social work universities, especially around Chennai, because that's where he lives. And I'm busy training the social workers with this program so that they understand and they can take that out into their communities as well. So we've got lots of ways that we can disseminate the information. Any other questions? Yeah.
Anybody else wishes to ask any question? Satish, if you are there, can you please put your video on? Pradeep ji, can you read the certificate of appreciation for Chrissy? Just a minute, I'll have to unmute him. Pradeep.
Mute. Yeah.
Yeah, Pradeep ji.
Thank you. Certificate of appreciation is awarded to Rotarian Chrissy Sykes for enlightening us on the topic creating a culture of positive peace through safeguarding children on this day of 13th June 2025. Co-hosted by Rotary Clubs, Rotarian Sunil Sali, that is Rotary Club of Thane Titans, Rotary International District 3142, Rotarian Saida Simran Hassan, Rotary Club E Club of Windhaven, RID 6890, Rotarian Yatish Kuruti, RC Thane East, Rotarian Mohan Patel, RC Modasa, RID 3055, Rotarian Bhushan Saluja, Rotary Club of Ahmedabad Sarvam, RID 3055, Rotarian Sriram Ganga Reddy, Bharatiya Nagrika, proposed RID 3191, Rotarian Sanjeev Sethi, RC Yamunagar Riviera, RID 3080, co-hosted by Innerwheel Clubs. Dr. Gayatri Keval Ramani Innerwheel Club, Ulhasnagar, IWD 3142, Rotaract Club, Rotaract Yogesh Pothene, Rotaract Club, Thane Titans, RID 314. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's a lovely
Thank you,
honor.
Pradeep ji. Chrissy, I will send it to you immediately after the meeting.
Thank you.
Now I would request Sayyeda Simran Hassan to propose a well-deserved vote of thanks, please. Simran, you there?
Yeah. Thank you, PP Vijay. Heartfelt thanks to our inspiring guest speaker, Chrissy, for instigating a powerful conversation around my body is my body. It's amazing topic. Your passion and expertise move us all, and we are deeply grateful for your gift of time and knowledge. And to every participant who share their thoughts and listen with empathy, thank you for creating a safe and respectful space. Let's keep this momentum going together. We can foster a culture of safe love, self-love, respect, and empowerment, where everybody is valued and celebrated. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Friends, now is the time for announcement. If any club needs to make some announcements before we end the meeting.
We would like to call, that is Rotary Bharatiya Nagrika, proposed RID 3191. I'm very glad to see Rotarian Sriram Gangareddy will be our charter president. Dr. Dipti is also there with us, great, and she will be also in the role of director. She will be a club officer. We have honorary Rotarian Anthony Henry and many Rotarians from I'm talking about nationally and locally. I'm so happy to, I can say, to network and associate with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradeep. Now I would request Simran to kindly adjourn the meeting. Yes, Simran. Simran, you can adjourn the meeting. I think he's not getting it. So friends, let's end up here. I am ending the YouTube now, but the meeting will be on for fellowship for 10 minutes. If anybody